ultimately just letting the ingredients do the talking. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel. If you've got great ingredients, if you don't fuck it up, you'll get good food. Hi, my name's Clarke, exec chef for the Lost Estate, and today I'm going to show you how to make this classic French potato dish that we produce 250 of per show that you can knock up at home, no problem.
There you go.
I think I'd make a French now.
You wouldn't. First of all, we're going to be peeling these potatoes. These potatoes, we use Aguirre potatoes. Reason being, they have a fantastic starchy content, which when you come to the frying process of the dish, will give you that beautiful, crispy, golden, almost like chip consistency that you're looking for. And the beauty of using these peelers is minimal waste. So now we've got all our peeled potatoes, it's onto the dangerous bit, which is one of these bad boys. Mandolin. Well, we use a mandolin ultimately for that consistency. You can see, you can almost see your finger through it. If you try and do that by hand with a knife, you're going to be here for a long time, especially for the volumes we use. I mean, you can get processors that will do it, but if you're making it at home, it's worth getting one of these. So that's as much risk as I'm willing to take. I have been on the receiving end a few times, especially with what they call a julienne attachment, just like these little forks, so it's like double threat. So you will get like these nice little slices down your hand. They heal quite quickly. So the thinness you're looking for is quite thin. The next process in the dish is basically what we're going to coat the potatoes in, which is this beautifully rendered down duck fat. You get your garlic cloves, just give them a little press with your knife, and then put those into there. You have to give it a couple of shakes, but again, if you're at home, so you got your garlic cloves, just a nice bat with your knife. So another useful trick when you're crushing or chopping garlic is sprinkle it with some salt first. So when you start crushing garlic, it releases all these oils, and the beautiful flavors that come out of the garlic cloves. That'll all seep into your chopping board or whatever. So if you add some salt to it, salt is porous, so it just sucks up all those juices, so you don't lose any of the flavor. So just what I tend to do is just roughly chop it down, literally just using the edge of my knife and using the salt like a grinding machine. Essentially, yeah, I'm making a garlic paste. That's going to go in there. Okay, next up, we've got this thyme. And again, you have to chop this really fine because of these woody stalks. And then that goes in there. What this process is going to do is we're going to take this duck fat, it's going in with the garlic and the thyme, and we're just going to warm it. Obviously, because it's fat, if we make it too hot, it's going to deep fry the garlic and the thyme, and we don't want that. So we're just going to gently warm it, and as I mentioned before, over season it slightly. We use some smoked sea salt just to add that little bit more, a different flavour profile. Then we'll stick it on here. So it's just a low heat. Don't really care about it getting hot. It's going to get hot enough in the oven. It's just to begin that process of infusing the flavours. And that, you can feel that's it pretty much. It doesn't need to be any more than that. So if you're going to line a tray with, we use greaseproof paper and wet it. If you wet it under just Just like a little bit of warm water, it doesn't need to be hot. Once the paper's wet, you're not having to fight it to get it to line the tray properly. Just a little hack. So the next stage in the process is we've got our sliced potatoes, we've got our beautifully infused duck fat, and we literally just pour that over the top and dress it. And making sure that we've every single layer of potatoes got the fat on it. The step after this is the kind of the painstaking step, where we've just got to create thin layers. And we'll just continue that process till the tray is filled. You want the guests to leave satisfied but not overly full, so you feel lethargic and tired, and not, oh, we need to stop for a kebab on the way home, you know? They then need to go into an oven. We cook them at 165 degrees, so quite low. Again, I don't want to start that crisping process before we need to, and they are cooking in fat. So if the oven's too hot, they're going to start crisping and almost roasting, and we don't want that. So 165 degrees. For this, usually takes about an hour and a half. I'm going to check on these. I'm going to remove the paper. You just take your knife and you just want it to fall into the middle. Take these potatoes over here. As you can see, very little colour all the way around. So we've used the duck fat to almost steam the potatoes, not overcook them, not fry them. Sheet of paper can go back on top. Again, be careful, it's very hot. And then, ideally, you can get another tray, exactly the same dimensions as the one you've cooked your potatoes in. And then what we're gonna do is, we're gonna weigh that down overnight. As you can see, I'm using gherkins. There's around 5 kilos of weight here. Use whatever you have available to you in the house. Probably safer to stand those up. And you can already see they will then start squeezing and putting pressure on these potatoes, and those real thin slices will just become one, essentially. You'll maintain the layers visually once you fry the potatoes, but ultimately you need everything to stick together as best you can so it doesn't explode when you come to the frying stage. Once it's been out of the oven, you've put another tray on top of it. We've pressed it ideally for overnight for 24 hours. And you'll see now, this, you know, it's super firm, and we want to try and get it out. And then, as you can see, comes out nice and easy thanks to the grease-proof paper. And at this point, just gonna square off the edges, remove the paper. They don't go in the bin. We use these we make staff meals each day, so nothing goes to waste. And then I think if you zoom in there, you should be able to see all those little tiny layers. You can cut it however you like, as big or as small as you like. You could use a circle cutter, you can use, you know, any shape you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm working the wrong way around here because I'm f***ing left-handed, it don't matter. We've got these perfectly portioned potatoes. Next job is we get them in the fryer, get them beautifully crispy, to finish off the final stage of the cooking process. We use rapeseed oil to fry, to finish the potatoes. If you wanted, you could easily do them in more duck fat, you could do them in beef fat to add another dynamic, the way it goes in there. So as you can see now, they're starting to take colour, and you can actually start to pick out the individual layers of the potatoes. which I kind of like. Reminds me of a tree. As you can see, beautifully crispy. I'm just going to lift those out. And we place them onto J-cloth, but you can use kitchen towel, anything. And that'll just pick up the excess fat. So now you can see from what we started to this is, you know, it's night and day. So we're just going to, a little bit of smoked sea salt. Delicious. I hope you enjoyed that video. It's been a lot of fun making it. Please comment below if you'd like us to make some more.